Yes, people, I hope everyone is doing well. Now, in this video, I'm going to go through the top 5 mistakes that agencies and models make. I see it all the time, and it's putting a massive, it's decreasing the income that could be made massively, literally just by not putting in place these few things, which I'm going to go through. So if you are a model and you are looking for management, you can hit up my IG, LOOXSTN. And if you are an agency owner or want to get started in the business, you can hit up my IG as well, and we can book in a free consultation call. And I'll basically go through the roadmap of you starting your OFM business. So first of all, why should you even listen to me in the first place? Now, we consistently make over 100K a month with some of our creators, and we also do a chatting service on the side. So in total, we make about 250K a month. But these are just from our own creators that we're currently working with, and we've done over 100K a month for the last 5 to 6 months. The 5 biggest mistakes that OnlyFans creators make. By the end of this video, you'll have learned about the biggest pitfalls new and experienced creators make when scaling their OnlyFans to that desired top 0.1%. So, mistake number 1 is failing to build relationships with the subscribers on the account. Now, a lot of people think, and a lot of creators when they go on an account, they're trying to act like a saleswoman, and it's just not the way to be, right? These subscribers on the account want to get to know you, they want to build a relationship, and a lot of them are not going to spend if there is not that emotional relationship built, right? Because they can go on Pornhub for free. At the end of the day, we want them to spend money on our site, so we have to do something a little bit extra than going online, right? So there's a few things that can help. Number 1 is a really good sales process. Now, I said don't act like a saleswoman, but this sales process that we go through is the least salesy as possible and focuses on building the relationship, which then we can start to sell when the customer is already begging for content. So then it keeps us in the power position, and we don't look too needy for sales. You don't want to be too needy. You don't want to beg for sales. None of this stuff. You want to build a relationship and have it flow naturally. Have the content sales flowing naturally. It's really not difficult. Next is relationship management. Now, in every relationship, there's ups and downs, right? And a lot of these guys want relationships with the creators on the platform. So it's important that if you do have a chatting team or you are doing it yourself, that you really work hard on maintaining the relationships. And yeah, just don't think about it just for the money. Literally just think about it as like a real relationship, right? And I know that's really difficult to do, especially if you're a creator. Obviously for the guys out there who have an agency, it's a little bit easier. But yeah, you want to be able to manage the relationships, keep them interested, right? Keep that push and pull relationship afloat. Next is 24-hour chatting. If you're a creator and you do not have 24-hour chatting on your account first, then I highly recommend it. Whether that's you want to go and build your own team, or you want to work with a management agency or just a chatting agency, whatever it might be, I highly recommend it. Because for example, if you're on your account 2 to 3 hours a day, right? Great, you might have made $200 to $300 in those 2 to 3 hours. But what about the rest of the hours? There are people willing to spend on OnlyFans 24 hours a day. So it's really important to get someone there to actually be able to take advantage of that, right? Even if you're paying someone £10 an hour to chat on the account and they're able to make $100 in the hour, it's already made it worth it, right? But, it is quite complex building a team. So it's going to take some time, it's going to take some effort, and it's quite difficult having round the clock management when you are first starting. Luckily, we've got a team of over 25, so we don't have an issue anymore. But yeah, 24-hour chatting is definitely something that you do want to consider. Next is dynamic pricing. Now, what I mean by dynamic pricing is the same piece of content that someone would buy for $100, someone else might be willing to spend $200 for, or they might only be willing to spend $30 for. So we're not going to send the content at the exact same price to every single subscriber, because it does not make sense. Some people are going to be more willing to pay extra for that content than others, right? And this is how we test it. So we have a normal pricing structure when we first sell to a subscriber. So if we're selling a sequence, we're going to go $15, $25, $45, $65. Now that's the standard, right? And from that, we can see Right. Has he complained about price? No. Is he still enjoying it? Yes. Okay, so next time we can up it slightly. We can test the waters, right? See what he's willing to spend. On the other hand, if he's not willing to spend the $45 one, you know, maybe somewhere around the $30 to $40 is sort of his max, right? So if you want to sell the entire sequence to him, you might want to start at $7 and then $15 and then $25 and then $35, for example, right? So you always want to come up with dynamic pricing for every single subscriber. You want to teach your team about it, especially if you're using a platform called Creator Hero or Inflow. It's very easy to sort of get the subscriber information on what they have previously purchased, what they're willing to spend, and obviously use that information going forward, right? Last one on the list is objection handling. Objection handling is very important in any sales, whether you're selling health products like I used to do or you're selling this type of content. But with OnlyFans content, it's going to be a little bit different because we're not going to be objection handling like a salesman, right? We're going to be objection handling using, instead of I wish you bought this content, it's going to be from the vibe of I'm so upset that you didn't buy this content, right? Now, that's as deep as I'm going to go into it on YouTube. If you want some more information, as I said, you can follow me on Instagram and we can have a free consultation call. If you are an agency or looking to start an agency, and if you're a model, I can just go over this with you on a call. But yeah, there's ways to go about objection handling. Guilt tripping is one. You know, whatever you would do in a normal relationship, if the other person hasn't done what you want them to do and they fucked up, for example, yeah, that's how you're going to objection handle in very, very simple form. So that is mistake number one. It's actually building a relationship with the subscribers, obviously having that 24-hour chatting and using dynamic pricing. Mistake number two is building a personal brand. All the best creators that we've worked with are in their own niche and put their personality across well in their content. Most creators make the mistake of only appearing one-dimensional as an OF girl. So we say a lot that we don't want our creators to be an OF girl. We want them to be an influencer who happens to have an OnlyFans, because then they actually have substance to them, right? Or in a subscriber's eyes, they have substance to them. They're not just a sex worker. They're a real person with a real personality who's maybe funny or loves to go to the gym, right? Some sort of substance, which every creator does have. Because at the end of the day, every creator is not just a sex worker, right? They are real people who have real personalities. And obviously it's very important to get that across if you want to build that relationship with the subscriber before he's even subscribed. So he knows about you, right? So how can you do this if you have absolutely no idea? Choose some things you enjoy. Do you go to the gym? Do you do boxing like Elbrook? What do you enjoy? Do you like cooking? Any of these types of, any of these niches can be used, right? And you basically just want to find some creators who are in the same niche, see what they're doing well, change it, put some style, your own style on it, and just be consistent for 1 to 2 months, and you're going to get some good results in that niche. Why is a niche important as well? It's because you're going to attract the higher paying clients. So, for example, the reason trans models do so well, for example, is because they're a lot rarer, right? And what's rare is valued. It's like, why is gold expensive? Is it because it's a hard metal? No, because it's not. You know, what's the reason? It's because it's valuable and it's rare, right? It's valuable because it's rare. So yeah, that's why getting into a niche is pretty important. If you're insanely beautiful, like you're a 10 out of 10, that's fine. You can do that. You're going to get views no matter what. But if, for example, it's not just about looks for you and you actually want to put your personality across, then a niche can be a very good way to do things. Next, mistake number 3, letting the fans see what they want for free. So what I mean by this is, if, for example, you're using lots of promoting platforms like Reddit and Twitter and all of these platforms, you don't want to be giving away every single thing for free, where the customer can already do what he wants to do before having to pay for your OnlyFans. You want to give enough away for free so he's intrigued, but not enough that he's pretty much begging to see more, right? And the only way he's going to be able to see more is actually going over to the OnlyFans, and paying. So more explicit content will perform better on sites such as Twitter and Reddit. However, when it comes to converting the subs to the OF, they will usually spend less. The reason for this is they've already seen what they want to for free on your social media. And it's like, if you already got what you want for free, why are you going to pay more for it, right? You know, we have some non-nude models and we charge hundreds for try-on hauls where they're not, it's non-nude. It's just try-on hauls, right? Hundreds for try-on hauls. And why is that? It's because nothing is given away for free. That means the closest she gets to nude is going to be way more valued. It's as simple as that. So to keep the value of your paid content as high as possible, it's important to post minimal amounts of nudity on social media so you can charge a higher price and make the OF more intriguing. Next, mistake 4, being taken advantage of. Now this could be by an agency that promises insane results but fails to deliver. What can you actually look out for if you're an OF model, you've probably got a shit ton of agencies in your DMs, and agencies take notes as well because this is not what you want to do. So can they show you proof of legitimate results and real testimonials? If they cannot, then they are fake. There is no reason why anyone shouldn't be able to show you results. Maybe not creators' names. For example, we sign NDAs with all of our creators. However, I'm allowed to show results, right? I just can't say who the creator actually is. Will they be taking all of the work off your hands and giving you all your time back? Do not sign a 50% deal if the only thing the agency is going to do is chat on your account, because that's not a 50% job. If you're going to sign for these higher percentages, it has to be full service, doing everything from the posting to the managing your content to the editing your content to 24-hour chat team. It should be everything. So yeah, like us at our agency, our job and what I like to put forward is we want to take as much work out of the creator's hands as possible. Are they using low performing chatters from third world countries on your account? If you see people on your account not speaking English, that should never happen, or speaking shit English, right? It should never happen. And don't let it happen either. Don't give a benefit of a doubt. It shouldn't really happen. That's why if you are an agency and you want to stop this, you need to get your chatters to do English tests. Get them to do an English test and just don't even bother having them on the account until they can pass an English test. Do they care about your well-being instead of purely profit? If they're not taking your feelings into account, you as the model, then it's obviously not the nicest of people. You probably won't want to work long term with them. Cool. Last mistake. Inconsistency is the biggest dream killer on the planet. This mistake will cost you tens of thousands of dollars. This can be inconsistency with creating content for OF, social media, or failing to post regularly. Everyone is pretty cringe, to be honest. Everyone always bangs on about consistency, but it is absolutely true. If you are not consistent, the platforms aren't going to favor your content and they're not going to push you up the algorithm. It's as simple as that. When was the last time someone got a 1 million view video, the first video they make? It's not going to happen. You need to be consistent for 2 to 3 months minimum, and you'll get a steady stream of subs if the content is on point. If the content's not on point, then that's another issue, right? So that's something that needs to be sorted. Also, the main ways to stay on top of this is to bulk create content and schedule it in advance so you never get close to running out. So now what we do, we have a full editing team at our agency which will edit all of the content. All the model needs to do is spend 2 to 3 days a month creating all the content, just raw content, and we will edit, we'll put captions on it, we'll post everything, so we never run out of content. If you're always relying on the model, or it's going to be a lot harder to keep up, because it is a big ask saying do 10 TikToks a day for 30 days, right? People got shit going on. So it's good to take a few days out of the month, get as much content as possible, which we can use for the whole month. So at our agency, we make it as easy as possible for clients to stay consistent by providing them with social media management. The VA is making sales on the OF at all times, so that's 24-hour chatting, and extensive content creation support, such as content guides and editing team. Whatever the creator needs, we're going to take the work out of their hand. So yeah, if you're a creator, then these are some things that you need to look out for, and you should change these mistakes ASAP. and you will start to get some results. And if you're an agency or looking to start an agency, you just want to bear these in mind when you're actually going into the business. Don't fuck up on these easy things. Well, not easy, because not everyone does them. So I can't really say they're easy, but they're straightforward, right? You should be able to do them. But yeah, hit me up on IG if you are interested in coaching, and if you are a model, then you can hit me up on IG and we can see if you're a good fit to work with us. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video and have a good rest of your day.